Welcome back to one of the realest reaction channels on YouTube. I know y'all been missing me. I know y'all been wondering where I was, man. I had a minor nasal congestion, man, and I couldn't really react. I didn't want to be on the videos doing all that sniffing and stuff. But hey, y'all, I'm back at you with another hot TikTok reaction video. Today we're gonna react to some creepy and bizarre TikTok reactions. I'm talking about the kind that's gonna have you questioning everything. Now, I got these videos ready the other day, so some of them y'all probably already know about, but y'all bear with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you be notified whenever I drop some new hot content that you definitely don't want to miss, y'all. Like, subscribing, and comment, and sharing the videos is very important to pushing the videos out further in the algorithm so we can get more views, more attention on the channel. Don't y'all think we deserve it? Let me know down below. Let's get it.
Do a wedge! We're gonna go a little bit north. Cows going to the air.
Calnado.
You're looking at micro-robots smaller than a grain of dust being trained to cross the blood-brain barrier of a rat. Here you see a swarm of dust-sized micro-robots being trained to remove blood clots in minute blood vessels inside the human brain. And here's another swarm of minute dust-sized micro-robots. The ability to maneuver these nano-sized robots around the human body is increasing exponentially every day. Many of the robots you see here are years old at this point. What do y'all think about this?
Man, imagine what they could do with that, man. I'm pretty sure that video's from like 2024, early 2024. Imagine what they have that they not showing us. It has to do with those nano robots.
Guys, things are starting to get real now. Check this out. Right behind me, right here in Savannah, Georgia. Holy cow, this is official.
That's creepy.
Spotted in Houston, Texas.
Not Umbrella Corporation off of Resident Evil, man. You can't tell me that this is real, but from what we seeing, this is real. If y'all want to see more about that, I could do a whole topic video about that, man, because I found out some stuff about that one. No lie, and it might, I'm telling you, it might creep you out a little bit. But like we always know, they put it in the movies, the TV shows, and the cartoons, man.
So many people wanted a part 2 to my Umbrella Corporation conspiracy theory video. This video is going to take some pausing, but it's better than having a part 2, in my opinion. Firstly, I'll say that the Umbrella Corporation we all know is a fictional company, but if you look here, this is the definition of a real Umbrella Corporation. I believe that there are many companies that would make up the real Umbrella Corporation, but this is just one example that I believe is part of that. You can see the many similarities in the symbol here, and even a similar business slogan. Like the Umbrella Corporation in the movie, their products are in 9 out of every 10 homes, but you would never know it. Nobody looks at the bottom of their Xbox and wonders who made the plastic, where every part of their pharmaceuticals come from. Next, in making a virus, they'd have to think about what exactly a virus is. They'd also have to find viruses that are compatible, and think about what parts of the body they want it to affect. Lastly, we have motive, which of course would be power. Why fight an enemy when we can create an enemy that fights itself? We'd have to think about this from a realistic aspect.
Like I said, they put it in the movies, the cartoons, and the TV shows, and that is the truth, man. I'm talking about the truth. They hide it right in front of our eyes, man, and we just think it's a TV show and it's fake. A lot of times this stuff has a lot of real information in this stuff, but you know, we not gonna look it up. You know, they have to put the truth in front of us. It's a universal law. They have to tell us, even though they might say it's fake, or we might think it's fake, you know what I'm saying, but it's not. But y'all, like I always say, do your own research. Don't believe any and everything that you hear in these videos. Don't believe everything that I say in these videos. It's always important to do your own research.
New information revealed just a short time ago about the New Year's Day terror attack in New Orleans that killed 14 people. The FBI saying there is no indication the suspect, Samsudin Jabbar, worked with others in the attack. Authorities also said Jabbar traveled to Egypt and Canada in 2023 and visited New Orleans twice recently.
Jabbar made at least 2 trips to New Orleans in the months prior to the attacks. One in October and the other a month later in November. During that time, Jabbar, using Meta glasses, recorded a video as he rode through the French Quarter on a bicycle. Meta glasses appear to look like regular glasses, but they allow a user to record videos and photos hand-free.
Well, those smart glasses have you out here like Underdog. I mean, not Underdog, Watchdog, the video game. If you know, you know, man. He was out here like he had smart glasses. They made him like a cyber assassin, but in real life too, like a spy, man. He was cold with it. Check it out so you know what I'm talking about.
We are seeing for the first time these chilling images of Jabbar walking the French quarters back in October. It appears he's just kind of calmly on his bicycle, and these are images that you're looking at now. We should point out that the authorities blurred out some of the pedestrians who were walking the street. They also shared some images, surveillance footage of him placing 2 of those coolers, and in those coolers were IEDs, and officials are saying that it's likely his inexperience that prevented him from detonating those IEDs. Meanwhile, officials are also tracing his long travel history, both domestically and abroad. Take a listen.
This investigation is crossing state and international borders as our agents follow leads in Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Tampa, Florida, and internationally.
And Alex, officials are saying that they are combing through a lot of evidence. They are getting tips from all across the country. So far, they have recovered 2 firearms, as well as a privately made silencer. We also heard a little bit more about the chemicals that were found at those 2 homes, the home registered to Jabbar back in Houston, as well as the short-term rental here in the New Orleans area. They said that they discovered a chemical known as RDX, which is common and available in the United States. The mayor was also pressed about security here in New Orleans, especially on Bourbon Street. In the wake of this attack, she says that they are confident they will secure the areas. In fact, she said that they are going to ask a technical expert this week to come in to review some of those vulnerable targets. And as for infrastructure activation starting tomorrow, of course, this comes ahead of the Super Bowl next month. Mardi Gras also coming up as well, and the presidential visit tomorrow. He will be here along with the First Lady to grieve with those who are mourning the 14 lives lost.
I always remember what I say, question everything, do your own research.
All right, everyone, welcome back. I have an insane update for you about the New Orleans terrorist attack and the deceased suspect, Shamsuddin Jabbar. Now, the FBI has released more surveillance video of this guy on the streets of New Orleans, walking around with this cooler that is said to have a bomb in it that we have never seen before in this country. That's coming from the FBI. Not only that, this guy is waving to someone from the sidewalks of what looks like Bourbon Street or somewhere within that area all these people were in New Orleans. My friends, this is massive news. This basically proves that this guy had help and there were people there that he knew. This is definitely not just one of those waves you give a random person when you're trying to pull off something that this guy is doing. He is clearly waving to someone that he recognizes, and then he slowly walks off frame right after this. I can't think of anything else he's doing besides waiting in this area. You see him checking his phone, and then he walks off after the wave. Right then and there, the FBI should have admitted to us that this guy had help or he was around people that he knew. Now again, this is obviously the man that drove that white Ford Lightning truck, the F-150, into the civilians in New Orleans. We don't need to talk much about that. We all know what happened. But one of the weirdest phenomena I've ever seen in my life was the fact that 4 significant buildings all got struck by lightning that night. Here's 3 of them right now, and I just thought that was one of the craziest things ever to then see that Ford Lightning F-150 in this event. Now finally, one more thing I want to go over real quick is the timeline that the FBI has put out about this guy. You got to take this with a grain of salt because clearly we're either being lied to or they have not even looked at this information as close as we have. Now remember, the FBI did tell us at first that they were looking for 4 or 5 other suspects involved in this New Orleans attack. That went away, and then they said that this attack didn't even have anything to do with the Trump Tower attack in Las Vegas. I still find this very hard to believe. I'll leave this timeline linked so you guys can check it out yourselves, but I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. Between the Las Vegas bombing and New Orleans, this is some of the craziest stuff I've ever seen, and could be some of the craziest psyops that have ever been pulled on us. We need to be very careful about how we approach this stuff, because things are very fishy here, and it almost seems like this evidence is being put out so we see it and start reporting on it, rather than the mainstream media putting it out. Ian Carroll said something about this. He's a really popular online personality right now with this type of work, and I fully agree with him. I believe this is a new type of psyop, with the government or those in charge knowing about all these investigators online, so they're feeding us this information before the authorities even get it, and then in turn we are the ones breaking these stories, which could be real or could be fake. That's the whole point here, my friend. Alright, this is something I definitely had to point out to you. I have so much more content coming out. It's been a crazy weekend. Just be patient, and I appreciate you all. Stay safe out there. Please share this video, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
This rabbit hole may run deep.
This video is going to be really important. We just came across some very critical information about the phenomenon happening in the Northeast. About those things flying in the sky. Now this actually gets insane because this came out on the Sean Ryan show, and Sean Ryan said he's going into hiding after this. That those things flying in the sky have to do with this situation right behind me, and a certain place that loves dragons. Now first, disclaimers, all of this is allegations coming from mainstream sources at this point. I'm not saying that any of this stuff is Trump is telling you what's being reported. And also that the emails sent from this guy right here have already been validated. So we're not getting into the whole accident. All we're getting into is what he sent in email and his manifesto about all of the things that we've been seeing in the sky. And again, he states that they're coming from the place that loves dragons. This email was again sent by the same person that was in the Cybertruck. So he says it's a place across the ocean. I hate using these dumb words and fill-ins. They were using anti-gravitic technology to be in our sky. And he also says that only we and them have this technology. And that also it was a show of force, basically being like a checkmate. That country basically saying that, oh, y'all in the US, you can't do crap. Much like the balloon that was in the sky last year, I believe. And this information that was dropped today is actually going to make Sean Ryan go into hiding. Allegedly. Let's see his reaction to all this stuff going on.
Hey, what's up? We're doing an emergency episode here with Sam received an email from the Green Beret. A little nervous to do this one, but
I wonder why he'd be nervous after that. And if these allegations are true, I wonder why this would be allowed to go on. I did come across this information a few hours before it was released, but because the rules of TikTok, I cannot say it until another mainstream source says it. You can watch the entire interview on Sean Ryan's YouTube channel, and I encourage you to make haste and do that. Also, if you want me to be able to talk clearer, here's my main platform for this place. And right here at this place, you will find very, very long videos that go very, very deeply into things. Things very important going on right now that you should know.
Do y'all think it's a connection to the two?
Mind you.
Kevin Nyes with NBC News. How would you describe his state of mind in these final days, given everything that you read from his notes app and the manifesto that you see that you referenced going around in the podcast? Have you guys been able to rule out that it was not from him, or is it still up in the air that it could have been from him?
So the question is, how would I describe his state of mind in the manifesto that was described on the podcast? Have we been able to determine whether that was from him or not? And I'll answer the first part is, I'm not comfortable giving you state of mind just yet. I certainly am leaning a particular way, but again, I'd like to be factual to you. I think when you read the documents that we're going to give you a link to at the end of this press conference, that you can go in and make some of your own assumptions about what that is. But I will tell you that part of my hesitation on that is, I know that we have a lot more documents and number of things for us to uncover, and so I want to be able to provide to you only the factual information when I have it. And so I'm not gonna opine on what I believe his state of mind was at that particular time, but certainly you can see some troubling aspects in his personal life as well. And I don't know if you want to address the second part, Spencer.
Yeah, so in terms of the so-called manifesto that's circulating online, we have strong evidence to suggest that it was the subject that wrote it, but we haven't conclusively proven that yet. And that evidence relates to other evidence that we're finding that we're able to compare that lead us to believe it was in fact him who sent it.
Okay. I be hearing people reading people in the comments saying, "Oh man, this is just a psyop, just like that show, man." What do you think? Let me know down below in the comment section.
This is the cover-up of a cover-up of a cover-up of a psyop of a cover-up. You see, that guy who fed Sean Ryan that intel, he's not an intelligence officer, okay? He's fronting like he is. What you should ask yourselves is, why would the FBI allow what is essentially a fucking BuzzFeed reporter to do an MTV Cribs style tour of a terror suspect's home immediately after an FBI raid? You know, she went out of her way to show you how the FBI fucked up his door during that raid. Yet they didn't fuck up that bookshelf that she went out of her way to show you. All of the Qurans and even a Bible. You know the messages there? People who believe in God are bad and dangerous. This is a whole bunch of bullshit, and there's a lot more bullshit at foot. Ask yourselves, why would there be a semi-truck sized paper shredder right outside of the Hoover building and other federal office buildings? You don't shred papers like that unless if you're already full of shit and don't want any accountability for your incompetence. Now, with Las Vegas, that guy was cleaning the dust off of his Cybertruck, clearly not intending to blow it up. And the body that was found in there, not only did it not match the DNA of his son, but it had a bullet in the back of his head. I really hope he doesn't go to Russia, because they will give him asylum and he will turn into Snowden. Okay? You know what also happened in Las Vegas? Do you guys remember when Agent Paddock was the patsy? Yeah, he was an FBI agent, or a company guy. He took the fall. See, he had cameras in his room because that was obviously a weapons sting that went awry and turned into a firefight. Those were fully automatic belt-fed machine guns that were talking to each other. And there's a whole bunch of different things that could have been going on, but what didn't happen was a crazy white guy with a bump stock at a country music concert. They flew his Filipino military wife from the Philippines straight to LAX to prevent her from speaking on television. That's fucked up. Now, these people, they know what they're doing, but they've infiltrated and eroded all of our agencies and institutions with fucking idiots that you have to understand the incompetence is deliberate. You know what else was happening with that Las Vegas incident? The police chief became the police chief of the Maui incident. The one who prevented people from getting water or escaping. You see, we are responsible for allowing these people to have their powers. It's bystander syndrome. It's expecting other people to take the initiative. I'm guilty of it too. Yeah. This is a bullshit. Just a bunch of bullshit, and there's a lot of patsies. For instance, Luigi. They drop Easter eggs everywhere to tell you that it's bullshit. Yeah.
Man, he sure went on a hell of a rant, didn't he? Thing I gotta ask you is, does he have a point?
So I just watched the Sean Ryan interview on the guy who got the email from the Green Beret a couple of days before the Vegas incident. Everything that they said on this interview coincides with everything that was said at a Congress hearing that I watched on C-SPAN 2 years ago. They showed a simulation in the Pacific Ocean on over the next couple of years how China was vastly increasing its amount of ships and planes in the Pacific Ocean, and so was Russia. And they showed a simulation that by 2025 we were going to be vastly outnumbered. So therefore, these are the reasons why we're seeing what we've seen with the Dior bags and things like that. On this hearing, I forgot the congressman's name, but he was stating by 2025, by the springtime, that China was going to respond on the Taiwan situation. Here we are. We have President Trump in office. It's 2025. We're seeing drones over New Jersey, over the area where Fort Dix is, one of the top military bases in the country. And this congressman said in 2025, we could possibly be going to WW3 with China. So guys, keep your eyes open and pay attention.
Well,
I found out that it was literally he changed his medication within days of this event.
Well, we have a twist in the Cybertruck Green Beret in the source. So a 180 here. We got the gravity drones and we got all these war crimes allegedly. Now we come to find out from Sam that it's a 180. He just had a mental break. Stand by.
And something shifted. So after I did the interview, a lot of people, nobody knew that I had the manifesto. I had to be very quiet for a day. So people were messaging me and they're like, have you heard of this guy? Have you seen this? Blah, blah, blah. And they didn't know I wasn't posting on it. People expect me to post on these relevant incidents like this, because just like I had posted on the New Orleans guy. So I was like being very quiet because Sean was like, dude, you haven't told anybody, any other media you have this, right? I was like, no, nobody. I wasn't going to put it out on my own social media because people would be like, dude, you made this up. I knew I couldn't handle this information on my own. So anyways, after I did the...
How do you think Sean handled it now? So Sean, again, we're going to have a 180 here. Remember the gravity drones and the war crime shit? And now it's just the guy had a mental break. And that was reporting. What were the odds of that to start with? That there was gravity drones, anti-gravity drones flying around, or the guy had a mental break? I mean, what would you call it if you had to gamble and said, what do you think happened here? Boy, oh boy, did Sean do a retraction? Hey, we made a mistake? Probably, right?
man, wouldn't that be something? Well, I know I'd be mad as hell if I found that out, and I'm sure y'all would too.
If you were evil and wanted to destroy America, how would you do it?
If I wanted to destroy America, 1. Divide society. Encourage division across political, racial, and ideological lines, amplifying conflicts that create distrust and weaken national unity. 2. Weaken education. Gradually lower standards and shift focus away from critical thinking, creating a population that's more easily influenced and less informed. 3. Damage public health. Promote widespread use of unhealthy foods, chemicals, and pharmaceuticals, leading to chronic illness and dependency. 4. Break community bonds. Undermine family and community structures by fostering isolation and individualism over collective support. 5. Control the narrative. Limit free speech and censor alternative viewpoints, creating a culture where people fear speaking openly. This would erode resilience, leaving the nation open to influence and control.
Sound familiar?
Right.
All right, Dior, talk. We need to have a talk. So, this was released today. This is called Waldo 3. And what it is an AI system that you are able to install onto, say, something that could fly in the sky, or probably just a regular camera system as well. And it's called Waldo, the whereabouts ascertainment for low-lying detectable objects. And what it's able to do is detect different objects, like light vehicles, persons, buildings, utility poles, boats, bikes, containers, trucks, gas tanks, diggers, solar panels, buses, probably more, and probably more to come. But I just want to put this out here because this technology is available right now. It has been available. And this is just the latest version that was released today, January 2nd, 2025. And people are currently using it for, they have here listed, disaster recovery, monitoring wildlife sanctuaries, occupancy calculation, monitoring infrastructure, construction site monitoring, traffic flow management, crowd counting, some fun AI art applications, drone safety, avoiding people / cars on the ground, and lots of other fun stuff, ... So I'm just putting it out here. This is for educational purposes only, obviously. But this is software you can actually download. It's open source. You can download it. You can play around with it. And so this is public-facing software that's available. Public-facing. So I just want to let you guys know that this is going on with possible things that are above us.
Let me know what y'all think about that down below.
Who's this guy?
Jeffrey Hinton, seen as the godfather of artificial intelligence, has quit his job at Google.
Okay, Jeffrey Hinton has quit his job as the godfather of artificial intelligence for Google. I am very intrigued on why he did that.
I think we're moving into a period when, for the first time ever, we may have things more intelligent than us.
You believe they can understand?
Yes.
You believe they are intelligent?
Yes.
You believe these systems have experiences of their own and can make decisions based on those experiences?
That sure is talking about sentient beings, right? So why would he quit? Why would he no longer want to be in the mix of this? Is there dangers? Let's hear else what he has to say.
Yes.
Are they conscious?
I think they probably don't have much self-awareness at present. So in that sense, I don't think they're conscious.
Will they have self-awareness? Consciousness?
Oh, yes. I think they will in time.
And so human beings will be the second most intelligent beings on the planet.
Yeah, but as soon as it gets really complicated, we don't actually know what's going on any more than we know what's going on in your brain.
What do you mean by that? What exactly do you mean by that? And I want y'all to pay very close attention to this ending.
What do you mean we don't know exactly how it works? It was designed by people.
No, it wasn't. What we did was we designed the learning algorithm. That's a bit like designing the principle of evolution. But when this learning algorithm then interacts with data, it produces complicated neural networks that are good at doing things, but we don't really understand exactly how they do those things.
Wow. He just compared how we don't know what's going on in your brain. We don't know how AI is doing the same type of things from an instinctual standpoint. Basically saying the genie is out of Pandora's box. We have started something that we quite don't understand. So if it's doing things on its own that we didn't program, what else is it going to be capable of? Y'all make it make sense. Why do you think he quit? Peace to the God.
Now, why do you think Jeffrey Hinton would say something like that? Especially if he didn't know what he was talking about. Let me know down below in the comment section. Y'all don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's very important that y'all like the videos, comment on the videos, and share the videos. It helps push the videos out in the algorithm, man. We're trying to blow, you know what I'm saying? It's 2025, it's time to go, it's time to shoot off. And I appreciate the ones who always do.
I lied. One more video for today. Don't use cables from people to charge your phone. This cable is a Type-C cable. right? If an attacker gave this to you and you used it to charge your phone, what's going to happen? This cable has a computer in it. The attacker will remotely connect to this cable via their phone, and they will send payloads. That payload can do things like touch the phone, do key presses, different things. So one example would be you plug it in, you set your phone down, the attacker hooks to it, tells the cable to tell the phone, go to this website, download a malicious app that gives them remote access to your phone, run the app, accept all the permissions, change the settings that need done. So then you use this cable, charge your phone, you walk away. Now they have full remote access to your phone. Use your own cables.
You better be careful out here.
This bitch crazy. Virginia nurse arrested for breaking bones of black newborn babies in the hospital. Yeah, she got a death wish. Cause ain't no damn way, bro. Brand new baby. Ain't did shit to nobody. And you doing shit like that. Just look at her. People be sick for real, bro. This Virginia nurse was arrested after babies in NICU suffer unexplained injuries. So this whole been doing this shit. The Virginia hospital first noticed newborns were suffering mysterious injuries in the summer of 2023. Then roughly a month ago, 3 babies in the neonatal intensive care unit experienced unexplainable fractures, according to a statement from the Henrico Doctors Hospital. That's crazy. The hospital grew so concerned about the situation that last week it announced it would stop admitting babies into the NICU until they discover what was breaking their bones. And it was this bitch.
Now I wonder what was her reasons for doing something like that.
Listen, man, I don't fuck with the witch no more. I can't fuck with the witch no more. Like, even if someone tells me the drugs are still free, I can't fuck with the witch no more. She's really, don't fuck with the witch, man. I'm telling you, Split, if you listening to me, don't fuck with the witch, man. You're not hearing me, dog. Don't fuck with the witch, man. Man, you're not fucking hearing me.
This guy loves trying to be edgy, man. Don't worry, Marshall. We do not F with the witch, neither do we F with you, or any of these false idols that have been put on a pedestal, because behind the curtain, we all know what's been going on. We're all fully aware that to have millions and millions of people worldwide absolutely infatuated with you guys, there has to be some sort of enchantment or spell, and we know exactly who you go to. So yeah, don't worry, we know exactly who you're talking about.
But not knowing really what's on that inside, because there's some pretty people that got some ugly soul. There's some handsome men that are demons.
No lies.
Imagine, was Jaguar right after all?
Beyonce Knowles, Ashton Kutcher, P. Diddy.
MTV, y'all know how to throw a great mother artist. Good. You're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer.
Hey, 50 Cent.
I've never seen anything like this before, trust me.
I won the MTV Movie Award.
Come to the after party tomorrow. Come to the after party tomorrow.
Yes!
That's sick.
Looks like we're finally gonna see some snow in the south. But exactly what kind of snow? Get to that in a minute. So they're calling for snow between the 10th and the 12th or 13th, and here is Texas projected on the 10th. Do you remember when Texas had that really bad freeze a couple years ago? That was terrible. And obviously we got this huge blizzard going on over here. And they're literally calling for snow all the way from Texas to South Carolina. We had an avalanche just pop off yesterday.
So surprised it's snow in the winter.
You must not be from the South, because in the South, we don't get snow. Usually snow doesn't go any farther than the middle of North Carolina, if that. Almost got covered. You know, but I am wondering what kind of snow that we are going to get, because people are getting snow that does not melt. I mean, seriously, this guy recorded a video of him holding a lighter up to the snow and it does not melt. It literally chars. Like, look at the top of that. Like, what's going on here? Or maybe even we'll get some of the styrofoam snow. I mean, this stuff looks bizarre. Like, what even is this? I've never seen that. And if you're up north, they're calling up to almost 14 inches of snow. But, I mean, would it really be surprising if we got 2 or 3 foot? Not to mention western North Carolina is going to get it really bad. So keep them in your prayers. And here's the winter weather outlook for, again, the southern states. Like I said, most likely we will see snow this year.
Alright, so I'm about to tell y'all a play that I see coming, and I hope I'm wrong. Alright, so what I see coming is a potential 2020, you know, all over again. You know, with people possibly getting sick. It's happening right now in another country. Bad winter mix, you know, bad snowstorm, could get so cold, knock out the power grid. I mean, we got devastations, you know, running rampant right now, like just happened in New Orleans. Oh yeah, I heard about a potential port strike too. We're dealing with a bunch of drones, stuff, fog, crazy fog everywhere, and potential aliens, all types of stuff right now. Like, they are really setting the stage. So if the power, let me tell you, if the power goes out and you got money in the bank account, which they just sign something over to where they're not responsible for, you know, money going out like at a certain limit or something like that. Then they just, I'm probably not saying that right, but they just did something with the bank where they're not responsible or not going to insure you for a certain amount of money or something like that if it gets lost or, you know, whatever happens. Like the play that I'm seeing right now, if I was on the defense and I see this wide receiver running this way and I see this one running this way and this person blocking that and the quarterback about to, it ain't looking good. And I'm not trying to bring fear or anything. I'm just letting you know before they try to score, you know, have a game plan.
Don't fall for the boo-boo, man. Question everything.
Are y'all seeing what's happening in Ethiopia right this minute? These cracks are massive, and at the same exact time they're having tons, and I really mean tons of earthquakes. It really makes me think that Ethiopia might fall off into the Gulf, and into the ocean. I don't know, it seems possible, especially with what I'm about to show you in 1 second. I mean, really, look how massive these cracks are. And the thing is, that's not the only thing happening in Ethiopia, and neither are the earthquakes. I really want to show you all the road right here, but can y'all say pole shift? And when I say pole shift, I mean, that's just the way that they're explaining it to be. Like, you literally can't even see the bottom in half of this. It's just crazy. And remember, I just showed you this to happen yesterday, so on December 22nd, it started, but then yesterday it got just massively big. And would you even believe me if there was not picture evidence? At the same time that all this is going on, there is an oarfish, which is the doomsday fish, which always comes before some crazy natural event. I'm using the word naturally very loosely. But you know, Matthew 24, Jesus did say there'll be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. Of course, like the last video, a parallel to the first century. Look into it.
Man, that's crazy.
Deep in the icy Caucasus Mountains, scientists made a shocking find, a hidden shaft leading to an ancient structure. But what they discovered inside has sparked both amazement and fear. The mysterious site has no records or explanation, and even more chilling, its discovery has been accompanied by strange deaths and unexplained events. Could this forgotten site hold the key to unlocking some of humanity's darkest secrets? Or perhaps rewrite history as we know it? Join us as we uncover the secrets of this hidden wonder and the dark legacy surrounding its existence. Discovery of the Karahora Shaft. Our journey takes us deep into the heart of the Caucasus Mountains, where fearless scientists unearthed an ancient mystery after braving immense challenges. The Caucasus Mountains are an untamed wilderness of rocky peaks and hidden valleys, stretching across southern Russia and bordering the Kabardino-Balkaria Republic. For centuries, this remote region has been rich with ancient myths and legends. Tales of lost civilizations and secret underground cities have echoed through its valleys. The Caucasus is tucked between Europe and Asia and remains rarely explored because of how hard it is to reach. Yet, in 2011, a long-standing mystery was brought to light. Arthur Zhemukov, a Russian expert in cave exploration, embarked on an expedition to the elusive Kara-Hora Peak, drawn by rumors of ancient secrets hidden beneath the rugged landscape. What he and his team unearthed during this daring exploration would redefine our understanding of ancient engineering capabilities. Arthur Zhemukov's 2011 mission aimed to investigate a seemingly natural fissure in the rocky Kara-Hora Peak. Yet, as he descended further, something extraordinary came into view. What began as a simple crack in the earth turned out to be an underground structure. This was no ordinary cave. It seemed like an ancient man-made marvel, hidden from the world for millennia. The shaft plunged straight down for over 130 feet, its walls lined with smooth, precisely cut stone blocks. These massive stones fit together so perfectly that they reminded Zhemukov of the Egyptian pyramids. The walls were polished and straight, giving the place an unnatural, almost eerie feel. Each stone weighed over 200 tons, but how could ancient builders have moved such heavy stones in this remote mountain? It was a mystery that baffled the team. As Zhemukov and his crew went deeper, they found more questions than answers. The shaft eventually opened up into a huge underground hall about 118 feet high. The big right-angled blocks used in its design were too perfect to be natural formations. What Zhemukov saw sent shockwaves through the archaeological world. The precise geometry.
You know what you think about that?
Hey, how you doing? Not anymore yet. But what I want to do, I want to show my appreciation. I want to buy everybody back there. I want to buy y'all some chicken. And you can keep this $100. This all I want you to do is take one piece of chicken and bite it. Any piece you want right now for this $100, you can have it. I want any one of y'all, let me see y'all eat a piece of that chicken.
Okay, I didn't get it actually. You can keep your money.
Okay.
You can take your money.
Okay.
Just take your money.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't get it
actually. You didn't get it?
I didn't get it actually.
He wants y'all to eat a piece of that chicken.
I want to buy you a piece of your own chicken.
Okay.
I want to pay for it. I want any one of y'all, just take any piece of chicken and bite into it.
Yeah, so you to bite
I want you to eat it.
Oh, you want me to eat it?
Just bite it. He just wants you to bite it. I want you to eat it.
He wants you to bite it.
I'm going to buy it for you. You eat it.
Okay, I can't do that actually, right?
You can't eat it? Why? Why you can't eat it?
But can't bite the chicken.
Why you think he won't eat that chicken? Cause something wrong with it. It's probably rat meat or something. It's the reason why they don't want to eat their own chicken. I'm telling you.
It's the mothership they warned us about. This video is massively creepy for two reasons. It's not just a normal UFO video. The first reason, it could only be picked up on an infrared camera, meaning this could be all around us right now and we could not see it. And two, it's mad creepy because this UFO, whatever it is shooting out a whole bunch of other smaller ones right out of under it. Be right back. Back to that thing in a minute. Did y'all see this 1999 interview of an employee of Area 51 saying that we will not be able to know about these things until 2025? The more of this video you listen to, the crazier it'll get.
Tell me what's happening out there. And he said, well, there's a lot of things that are going on there that I won't be able to tell you until the year 2025. But we have things in the Nevada desert that would make George Lucas envy.
I'm sorry, what year is it right now? And all the pieces are coming together perfectly for what they call aliens. Now hear me out on this. Do you guys remember like last year when the Pentagon came out and they said that there was a mothership in our solar system? And do y'all also remember when they said that there were fleets of these things heading to us a few months ago and people did not even believe them? They said they're full of crap and nothing would happen? Yeah, well those crazy people were right. And the craziest part of this whole thing is what Stephen Greer said that he's going to release in a few days. And talking about protecting people that come forward.
The information they're going to give me as they come forward, I'm going to hand off to every celebrity and every media outlet and every influencer I know. It's got to be seen by several billion people within a few days. The reason for it is that this summer he came to my place in Washington. And he says, we don't want to risk our lives and our families' lives. And
what is he getting ready to drop by the end of January? And further, where are they going to say that these things are coming from? I encourage everyone to look very deep into who this guy really is. I'm telling you guys, this year is going to be like no year that we have ever even seen before. Oh, before I forget, y'all are going to need to know this. There is power in the name of Jesus. Just remember that. Why? You'll see.
Real or fake? Let me know down below.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? I want to share a message with y'all that God gave me this morning. Today is Thursday, January 2nd.
Pay attention.
And this morning as I woke up, I wake up every morning around 5 o'clock. And this morning as I woke up, I kept hearing, there's an infection in the chicken. There's an infection in the chicken. So, you know, as I'm waking up, I'm thinking like I'm tripping, you know, I'm just hearing stuff. So then I kept hearing it like there's an infection in the chicken. They put the infection in the chicken. So I pinched myself and I said, yeah, I feel this. I'm woke. And then I look at my phone. It was, I think it was 5:03 a.m. So I keep hearing it just repeatedly. There's an infection in the chicken. There's an infection in the chicken. They put the infection in the chicken. Don't eat the chicken. The infection is in the chicken. So I was like, okay, you know, what are you trying to tell me? And then this what really made me pay attention to it. It said, don't eat the chicken that you're going to make the fajitas with. Now, on the 31st, I went to Pete's and I bought 2 chicken breasts that we was going to make chicken fajitas with. So when it said that, I was like, okay, what's going on? You know, so I started praying. And I'm like, Lord, what are you trying to tell me? And then it started saying it again. It said, it's an infection in the chicken. They put the infection in the chicken. The Mexicans are the ones that's doing it. So I was like, okay, fine. You know, I won't eat the chicken. I'm going to throw the 2 breasts away. So as I'm laying there, I'm still hearing it repeatedly. So honestly, I'm laying and I'm waiting on like the Lord to tell me like what to do with the message or whatever. You know, I didn't want to just jump up and like, you know, start sharing it and things of that nature. So I'm laying there and I'm laying on my left side and I literally feel like 2 hands pushing me in the back. So I said, okay, Lord, is this a thing of like urgency? Like, is this time sensitive? And then I hear him say yes. So then as I went to start getting up, I started seeing a vision. It was a man in the car. Now, it wasn't me because the inside of the car was like 10 and his voice was different. And he was saying the same thing. He was like, look, it's an infection in the chicken. The infection is in the chicken. They putting the infection in the chicken. The Mexicans are the ones that's doing it. And then God transferred me from that vision to a vision of me standing in my kitchen. And I had cut the chicken breast open. So what got me was it showed the same paper plates in the vision that we actually got. So I jump up, I go in the kitchen, and, you know, like I said, I bought the chicken breast on the 31st. I go in there, I get the chicken out the refrigerator. Now, when God showed me the vision of the chicken being cut open on the table, to be honest, when I went in there, I thought that I was going to see something in the chicken when I cut the chicken open. So, you know, I grabbed the knife or whatever, you know, I cut both of the chicken breasts open and I didn't see anything. So I jabbed around it a little bit. Excuse me. It did look a little darker than normal or whatnot, but I didn't see anything specific. And even in the process of that, I just kept hearing like, there's an infection in the chicken. There's an infection in the chicken. So I said, okay, cool. I'm going to share the message, Lord. Now, before I even posted this video, the first thing was this, and no diss to my mother, but my mother is a Jehovah's Witness, and sometimes we don't agree upon, you know, like with the way that I perceive stuff, you know, like with God giving me messages and things of that nature, you know. So I was praying to God. I said, look, Lord, you know me and her, we don't see eye to eye sometimes with things. I said, but I need to tell her this. So I said, Lord, I want you to show me a sign. Give me a sign if I should tell this to my mother. You know, if I should notify her about this, like, and let her know, you know, don't eat any chicken or whatnot. So then as I'm, you know, getting my clothes, about to get dressed and everything, the Lord showed me a vision and like literally exactly what to say to her. So I said, you know what? That's my sign. Now, when I prayed, I had told God, I said, look, if you just give me the sign, like I'm going to go. Like, I don't care, you know, how it happens. I'm going to go. And like I said, literally, he showed me a vision telling me what to say and everything. And I approached her and I told her about it. And so happened, she was just so calm. It was like, oh, okay. And then not only that, but I called my sister, and you know, she my sister in real life, but also I call her my spiritual sister because she feel me in the spirit. And I called her, I said, man, look, boss, you know, I just want to let you know, like, God gave me this word, and don't eat the chicken. And she was like, oh, okay. So when I was explaining it to her and I was telling her, I said, I kept hearing, you know, the infection is in the chicken. And I say, what really sparked me to pay attention to it for real was, it said, don't eat the chicken that you was going to make the fajitas with. The infection is in the chicken. And she was like, what you say, boss? I said, yeah, we got the chicken breast and we was going to make fajitas. She was like, I'm really on to you. And I asked her why. She said she bought chicken breast too. Well, she was taking out chicken today for the specific reason of making chicken fajitas as well. So then I did a little running around or whatnot, and then I prayed to God again. I said, look, Lord, if you want me to share this message, then I want you to give me a sign and let me know when to share it and on what platforms that you want me to share it on. So I'm going to say this. If you on one of the platforms that this is being shared on and you so happen to see this message, then I take it as you really blessed because God wanted you to see this message. Now, here's the other thing. When God gives you a word, that don't mean that it's going to happen today, tomorrow, or the next day. But he gave the warning. Don't eat the chicken.
Facts, man. That's a powerful message, y'all. Like I always say, don't be distracted by the messenger and miss the message. You never know who could give you the message. You just need to receive the message. That was powerful, man. I'm glad he was able to share that with his family. But y'all, let me know what y'all think about that video, man. Y'all think the chicken is messed up, man, right now? I believe it's a possibility, especially if you've seen the video I posted with the chickens pissing out the mouth, man. That was some nasty stuff. But let me know what y'all think about that video, man. And like I always say, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you be notified whenever I drop some new content that you ain't gonna want to miss. I'm telling you. Probably ain't gonna see some of this stuff nowhere else. It's your boy Koozie. Catch me in the next video. I'm out. Holla.